This is a memory that I've tried to repress, but for some reason can't ever seem to get rid of. I was 4 years old and I was at a department store with my dad. He was looking for new clothes while I giggled and hid from him in the clothing racks, a favourite game of mine. A few minutes pass and I managed to get further away from him to the point where he called out to me. I innocently giggled and continued to hide, further irritating him. He eventually found my hiding spot and pulled me out of the clothing rack and lectured me. I distinctly remember him saying, "Do not hide from me when I call you. There are a lot of bad people in this world and someone could take you." Not even a moment later, a creepy woman wearing grungy clothes came out of nowhere and tried to stroke my hair and told me, "Not all people are bad, sweetie." In one swift motion, my father picked me up and told the woman not to go near me or he would alert security. He carried me away and we left the store. I thought that would be the end of the strange encounter, but it wasn't. Later that night, I remember sleeping in my bed facing the door, which I always kept open. In the middle of the night, I felt 3 hefty taps on my left shoulder. Thinking it was my mum or my dad, I tidily turned around and rubbed my eyes, to find a large shadow of a person standing over my bed, and I immediately knew this person was not my mum or dad. I screamed at the top of my lungs and ran down the hallway to their room. Sure enough, they were both in bed. Just then, awakening to the sound of my screams, I yanked my dad's hand and told him there was someone in my room. My dad followed me back to my room while my mum started to dial the police. As we entered the room, we both quickly noticed that my bedroom window was open and the screen had been busted out. I never slept with my window open or even cracked. My dad's face turned as white as a ghost. He picked me up and carried me back into my parents' room while him and my mum talked to the police, reporting a break-in. They never figured out who broke in, but my dad has already suspected it was a creepy woman from the store. She could have possibly followed us home and planned to abduct me from my room. It still sends shivers down my spine to this day. I can no longer sleep, unless my blinds are fully shut and my windows are locked. So, to that creepy woman who told me not all people are bad, let's never meet again. I was in this group on Facebook where people shared different kinds of stories, mostly funny ones. I usually post comments there with my dummy account, and most of the people use their dummy accounts too to protect their identities. I had a fun conversation with this guy using a dummy account named Luffy, who claimed to be 21. We exchanged messages on Facebook without actually adding each other. We've both found out that we live nearby, so we decided to meet up and have lunch in a mall near our school. I chose a place to meet where it was really crowded. Since I had a dress rehearsal for the play, he told me that he would wait in a burger stand near our school. The night before, we sent our pictures. I was excited to meet him as he looked pretty fun to hang out with. By 4 p.m, I stood beside the burger stand. A heavily tinted red car stopped at the street in front of me. Then I received a text message from him. He said to go inside the red car. Now, I've read a lot of stories here on Let's Not Meet, and I decided to go with my instinct and send him a text saying that I wouldn't get in the car unless he goes out and shows himself. What happened next made me promise myself that I would never, ever meet anyone from the internet again. A man, most likely in his 30s, went out of the car and started to clutch me by my arm and kept tugging me. I screamed like I've never screamed before, making it noticeable since civilians were there as well. The guy who watched over the burger stand came to us and asked what's wrong, clearly concerned. "She's my daughter. She's in big trouble. She ran away," were these creeps' defences. I denied it every time, and the burger guy told him he would alert the guards from our school. That's when Luffy let go of my arm and went inside the car, muttering to himself, and drove away. When the guards came, I told them everything, and I was never let out of school that day without my guardian picking me up. So, Luffy, or whoever the fuck you are, let's not meet again. So much for watching, and please consider subscribing to TheCrypt for more scary stories. Alright, see you later.